Do you love old games like me? Do you want to remake classic Flash games in GameMaker and bring the 2000s back in style? Today we'll be making an escape room game, inspired by point-and-click games like Day of the Tentacle, and also, all of the Flash escape room games you'd find on something like Newgrounds. In this video, you'll learn how to make a full first-person point-and-click game, including how to build an interactive cursor and command line, how to grab data out of a struct, and how to fake an inventory and menu screen. And we'll be doing it all in under an hour and a half. So sit back, grab a coffee, and oh wait, really quickly, if you're into game dev or speedrun style content, please consider giving this a like and sub. It really helps out a lot. Okay, here we go. This is how to make an escape room point-and-click game in 76 minutes. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to open up GameMaker, select new game blank game, give it a project name, and I will start the time as soon as I click let's go. So the first thing I'm going to do is come into rooms. Let's get in there. I think I'm going to rename this right now. Room start. And we're going to set the size to, where's my size? I got to make this big. It's over here in the corner. Put up room. The size is going to be 800 by 750. Okay. We're going to go ahead and duplicate this right now. Name this one room bedside. Oh no, I forgot to pull up. I have them right here. Okay, my assets for this. But before we get into that, let's go ahead and create some fonts. So these are from Google Fonts. This is Jersey. They are free for personal and commercial use. I'm pretty sure you will have to check the license. Okay, we're going to create another font. Make sure to never duplicate fonts. Always create. It's a weird thing where it tries to read the ID of the font. It's confusing, just easier to create every time. And then yeah, for our sprites, we have these sprites here, which you'll be able to get from Ko-Fi. And I'm just going to drag them right into sprites, that folder there. Click yes to all of these. Now, I know we have to set some of these the origin points. I'm not quite sure. I think this sprite buttons is set to middle center. The sprite note is set to top center. And I believe sprite digits is also set to middle center, and I think the rest of those is okay. For sprite BG, we do need to edit this image and move some stuff around. So this, we're going to take this and put this towards, well, I guess, okay. This is going to go the order bed, curtains, desk, door. And then open curtains, open desk, or open safe. And yeah, this key, I accidentally put that in, left that in from Illustrator, so we need to get rid of that. So we're going to take the eyedropper tool, select this gray, then come in with like, I don't know, maybe the biggest tool here, just with the brush. Kind of just brush over it. There we go. Perfect. And yeah. Oh, one more thing. We're going to duplicate this sprite BG. And name this sprite BG tester. So we're going to create an object and just kind of drag these sprites around to make it easier to see what's going on in each of our rooms without having to change too much. And, whoops, we do need to make a placeholder. So sprite placeholder is 50 by 50. And we'll make this a magenta, but come in and drop the alpha to like half. Take the paint bucket tool, and there we go. One more. What is the size of our room? Just want to make sure. 800 by 750. All right. Okay. Well, we have one more sprite here. Sprite overlay. And this is overlaid to the size of the image. So it's 800 by 600, or the sprite BG tester we have. And this is just going to be a black. So we'll just come in here with the paint tool, fill that in with a black. Now, I think we're ready to start making some objects. Just right up top, I'm going to make an object initializer and an object controller. I'm going to drop the initializer object. Where is our room? What is going on? Come on. Where? How do I center this again? There we go. Okay. Change the grid size just for me. And drop the object initializer into room start. Then come to room bedside and drop in object controller. Cool. Yeah. We can make our cursor now. So we're going to create object cursor. The sprite we're going to give it will be the cursor sprite. And we see on the cursor sprite, let's come back here. We need to change this origin point. It's like right around there. We have a magnifying glass, an arrow, and a hand. And we'll be controlling those using an enum. Let's make this a little bit bigger. So image speed, obviously 0. We have an enum called cursor state. And then, yeah, you'll notice these match up to the image index, and enums default to an integer, which is also integers can be used as indexes. So we're going to combine those things. So first up top, x equals mouse x, y equals mouse y. If cursor state equals cursor state dot left arrow, we're going to set the image index manually and set the x scale to -1 so that it flips the arrow. Else image index equals cursor state, right? Integers, indexes, we can combine them. And image x scale equals 1. Now we're going to hard code here cursor state equals cursor state dot regular. But we're going to override that using other objects. And this is how you know that we're overriding it, because then we're saying an if statement, which wouldn't make sense, right? This would always be true, except we're overriding the cursor state. Global dot command text equals. Okay, so before we run this, we need to make sure we fill in the initializer and controller, because we have a global here that we're not using, or we're not setting, not initializing. So this is for one of the puzzles. The room is dark until you pull the curtains back. So we have an overlay that gets created. Easy. Up here in Object Initializer, we can start adding the actual programming we will use for the game. So first up top, Windows side cursor, CR none. We're adding our own cursor, which I guess we'll do that right now. Cursor equals cursor, okay. Yeah, now some globals. Okay, so we're going to have these different directions, right? And let's go ahead and make these now. I have it in my notes to make it later, but whatever. Room bedside. Oh, whoops. Actually, what am I doing? Yeah, I do want to delete room curtains because I want to duplicate this to room curtains. Duplicate into room desk. and duplicate into room door. And now in these rooms, I'm going to create a group. This group will be called bedroom. Take these, add it to the group, and there we go. Nice and easy to visualize. These are the different directions, and they will be controlled using this array. Room bedside, room curtains, room desk, room door. So yeah, arrays, right? We're going to pull from this array using an index. So right now the index is 0, so it's going to pull room bedside. If we move left, it's going to go to room door. If we move right, it's going to go to room curtains. And we do that just by saying this is equal to 1 or making it equal to the array length minus 1 because arrays start at 0, but when you count things, it starts at 1. It's a whole thing. I think it has to do with this old Roman like fence post problem that when you count something, you're counting the space in between. Anyways. Okay, so we have this giant struct. For your to be conscious of your time, I'm just going to copy and paste this. You can grab this from GitHub, link in the description, and it's just long, so it'll be easier this way. We see that this is a multi-dimensional, it's a struct. It's a dictionary, it's a, key pairing kind of thing. So we're going to pull data. We could do like, which we're going to do this later, global.data.bedside.painting.cursor, right? And it'll pull this data right here. And this is really long, but it will let us really, really quickly create a bunch of objects and give them all different data. We'll do that in a second. First, let's come back to Object Initializer. In the draw event, we'll do we have a string width. So we want to center it, right? So we're seeing how big it is. Draw text and 2 more in here. Room width minus SW divided by 2. What's the Y? 200. Then I misspelled this when running it, but I kind of liked it. Made it seem artistic. Like this game was made by A24. Equals string width. Click to start. Draw text. Oof. Room width minus SSW divided by 2. 400. And click to start. Okay. And then finally, we have in the step, if mouse check button, everything should be released. Just a sanity thing. If you make some things pressed and some things released, then they'll go off when you don't expect them to. So yeah, when you start the game, load into room bedside. I guess we could also do, we could write this as room go to global dot direction R direction index, just to give kind of an idea. Yeah, this means the same thing as room bedside, right? 0. Okay, so already 15 minutes in. Okay, global dot So we created some stuff in an initializer, and then we're putting this in a controller. What's the difference? Well, the controller is in every one of these rooms. So this will be updated. Command text will be set back to this whenever you load into the room. I'm just going to take this and steal this from here. Sure. This is our first puzzle, right? Curtains open. So if they're not open, yeah, the description timer just goes away after a while, right? So we have a timer and we have a total. I like to do it like this, that you can reset it easily. I will do this every time, create a timer and a total. So, not the only way to do it, but that's my preferred method. This is just creates a fade-in effect for the room. The background, we'll set that to an alpha. That's a global, and increase it. And this is not the best method for this. This should be a little bit more robust. It should, because right now if you switch the description text, it's still de-incrementing. So if you click on things multiple times, it's going to remove it from the same time it was going to remove the first one. There's a better way to do it by like checking against a current. So you'd be like current description text if global description text does not equal current description text. I'm not going to do that. If instance exists or instance. I know we don't have these. This means we will error until we make this, which is not good. Equals. Put away note. Where? Here? Else? Yeah. So yeah, I guess I'm just gonna make these. And we'll mess with them later. At least this way it doesn't error. Come on, object controller, back here. Yep, okay, time to start making the background. So we've got our background object, object BG, sprite BG. Create here, we'll do depth, set it all the way to the back. Image speed is 0. So this, remember here, these are set up so that they go with the index of the direction and all of that. The direction index and the image index line up. But then what happens when the curtains are open and the safe is open, right? Well, we just hard code those. And it's like, you have to think, does this really need to be hard coded? And the answer is yes. Yes, it does. Yeah, these 100% have to be hard-coded because these are puzzles that affect things in different rooms. They affect multiple things. That's why we make them globals. That's why we hard-code them. And that's why we hard-code the change for the index. Some things, it makes more sense and makes your life easier. Could we have like stored it in a struct and then referenced it? Yeah, and it would have taken a lot longer, both in writing it out, and I'm pretty sure it takes longer memory-wise too. Image alpha equals global.bg alpha. Yeah. The alpha we set up. Guess we do that here too, right? We could just set it to 0 here. Same thing. Okay, yeah. And while we're here, we're going to make another object. We're going to use sprite bg tester, and that way I'll show you how that works in a second. And we're just going to do some stuff. This is for testing, but we do use it, so we just want to make sure it destroys itself as soon as it's created, kept out of the game. A few more things before we can test. Actually, a lot of things. So we have a command text and a description, right? Command being like look at, go to. Selected equals false. Selected equals true. Command text equals. I promise we'll be able to start testing at some point. Okay, draw here. We don't draw self. Draw set font header. If selected. Some would tell you this is bad practice. You could make this C white a variable and just have it draw set color that variable. I don't think it matters when you have an else statement. It's just going to draw whatever. Not important. I'm sharing a lot of like my personal programming feelings on this one, so try to get back more into what we're actually doing. We draw text X for the description because it's going to be longer. Do we reset the font? No, we do not. We want it to go to multiple lines, right? So X, Y plus 40, global dot description text 30. That's the space in between. I keep saying that like I'm a Dave Matthews Band song. Okay, I just want to make sure that's 30. That's the space between. And then 400 is the distance that we give it. So object, text, items, same thing. We're just going to use a placeholder here. And depth equals 5. Let's come into the draw. Draw set font header. Draw set color, C white. Draw text, X, Y plus 10. Items. That easy. Okay. We're almost done. I guess we could start dropping stuff in here now, right? So we're gonna have this object BG here. We're gonna drop the tester on top of it. We don't really need, oh, whoops, what am I doing? Delete this, delete this. We need to be in room bedside. Now, drop the BG, drop the tester, although I guess we don't really need it for this bedside room. We have the controller, text command. Oh, let's come in here, make sure this is 50 by 50. Drop the text command right there, drop the text items right there. I think once we do the walls, we're going to want to make sure we turn the grids off for everything else. Yeah, let's go ahead and do the walls. Then we'll come back. Object wall. Okay. In the create, image alpha equals 0. Now, for the step. We'll be doing this a lot, this collision rectangle, which is insanely versatile in GameMaker. You can use it. It'll return if it's hitting this object cursor, if the item in the B box, the bounding box, if it hits an object, and even more, it'll return the ID of the object, which is extremely useful. We don't need that for now, but we do need this collision rectangle, and we'll be using it a lot. Also, yeah, if a menu's up, disable it, right? There are a few different ways to do that within GameMaker to disable interaction when you have a menu or a pause. But this here, this is best practice, to me at least, because you're controlling directly what functionality you're turning on and off. What if you have multiple menus? Some need to stay on, some need to... Whoa. Arrow. Okay, object cursor state equals cursor state dot left arrow. Yes, it does. This is hard. It's greater than 0. Else, index equals array length global dot direction r minus 1. You want the room go to on each one? Okay. Yeah. And then, yeah, we could put this like below all of this, but I just think it's cleaner, right? It's telling it do this and then immediately go on. Since we're de-incrementing it, I don't know, it feels better. And then here, oh yeah, and this whole x divided by room width, it's checking which side it's on. That's all. Else cursor state is right arrow. And then we switch this. If global dot direction index is less than global dot direction index plus plus room go to equals 0. Okay. Okay. I think we're ready to test. Small thing. This is going to pop up a little small on here, so I'm just going to come in here to the game options on Windows, go to graphics, and turn on allow window resize. So I can come in here and do this. Yeah. It's dark. You can't click on anything, but oh, okay. It's dark because we didn't set up anything in any of the other rooms, right? But that's fine because I think this is all we need. Well, no, we need that object BG tester too, don't we? Let's drag that here for now. Take all of these, copy them. Let's see. Let's come to room curtains, turn off grids, drop it in. Nope, not right. Right? No. Unfortunately, I think that means I have to redo these on every room. Yep. Unfortunate. Select these, copy, come in here, paste, okay. Room door, same thing, come in here. Paste, okay. So now, 30 minutes in, and we should have movement. Look at that, so easy. Okay. Yeah, looks good. Okay, let's keep on moving. So let's create an object here. Object painting, sprite placeholder, add event, add create event. Everything image alpha equals 0. And then here, this is where we're going to pull data, right? So it's data equals global.data bedside.painting. Okay, now this data will load everything in here. So in here I could do like data.cursor equals, it stores it, it remembers it, and it's easy. Okay, now we've got this collision rectangle again, so there's that data.cursor. MB lefty. Yeah, we have different text data. Let's go back and see. So this is room bedside, right? We're going to get rid of this object tester. I'm going to take this painting and drag it, and I'm just going to drag this like a hitbox. Hey, thank you for the follow. Okay, so drag this over here. That sound is so loud. Like I set that myself. I don't know why it sounds like a tornado horn. Okay. We have this painting, right? Oh. We did not set command. Global.command text equals data.command text. Okay. Here. A sub. Thank you. Okay, let's see. What am I doing wrong here? Command text equals global.command text if selected. I don't have a step event for this. That would be why. So coming back to object text command, if So that just controls the selected. So now, yep, look at painting, right? We see that down here. And then it says I can't see anything because it's dark. So all of that's working great. I think we can come back down to, where is it? To this painting. So we're going to duplicate this for party hat and then change. I think this is, let's look at our global.data dot, what room this is in, desk dot party hat, and see, it's just that easy. Now it's going to switch out the data. Duplicate this again for calendar. Same thing. This just becomes door.calendar and then mirror. And then let's go ahead and put those in now before I forget. So to do that, we will, let's open up like curtains, right? You see curtains, it's still loading the first frame from the sprite. So I'm going to go into tester because that's on top and just drag this over to the first spot. So now when I go to curtains, it's right there. But actually, I want to be in the desk. And then I can come into room desk and it's right there. So let's take the party hat. First, make sure the grids are off. Just kind of drag this out, turn it a bit. You know, something like that. Sure. Why not? We also have the mirror here. Oh, no. Where's the mirror? Okay. Yeah, if you can't select it, just right here on the side. It's fine. Now come back to tester. Let's do the door for the calendar. So go to room door. And oh, turn the grids off. Select the calendar down here. And there we go. So let's just go ahead and test it one more time before we move on. Yeah, painting, mirror, hat. Okay. Cool. Now these are pretty much the same. Object, knob, with one key difference. Where is it? Where are my notes? Really? Okay, I think it's like this. It's just if no. Yeah, if the curtains are not open, then just destroy it right away, right? Same thing. We could, you know, disable it in the step event and all that, or we could just put this in here, so why not? Okay, so we have a knob. I feel like there's more. Yeah, okay. Object knob. And then object peephole. Let's see, so curtains instance destroy. Yeah, I think it's time to make the curtains and to do functionality for that. So object curtains. Yeah, we're good to go. Oh, no. Yeah, assign it the placeholder. Create image alpha equals Whew, okay. It's getting back into it. Data equals global.data.curtains closed. Global.data.curtains.closed. Okay. And it's unnecessary. This should be like this. And yeah. So it's going to show different info, you know, depending on whether or not the curtains are open or closed. If the curtains are open, then it's going to show the window data. If they're closed, it's going to show the curtains data, you know, that kind of thing. This thing again. These are always the same, right? If mouse check button released. So this is pulling on the curtains, right? Then we restart the room so that it reloads the image because now it's open. It changes this create event. And again, we could all handle that in the step event, but it requires it to be more dynamic, more robust. And not really the way these games were made anyways. So this is more, you know, in tune with how it works. Now we're finally doing this object note, and this is object note big, not object note BG. Just a simple little thing here. Mouse check button released, MB left. Instance destroy. If instance exists. Oh yeah, the collision rectangle has a built-in if instance exists, right? Because if the instance doesn't exist, then it's never going to interact. But since we're not using a collision rectangle, we want to make sure it's just good practice to specifically say make sure it exists. I think that would be considered a validation. So yeah, just like validating, right? Not to say that there would ever be an issue, but if there was. So this is the object, it's an item, and it's a note, but it's a note that goes in the room. So sprite items. If global.curtains open or array contains, so we're going to check the array of the inventory with the key that we're giving it, or you know, the string that's the array entry, or array contains global.inventory note. What is this, instance destroy? Yeah. I'm also doing this just as a small, in case it like blinks in. And again, same kind of thing. Yeah. Again? Is there not a better? Okay. Cursor state equals data dot cursor. No, we're not doing that. Do you not have data? Data equals global dot data dot curtains dot note. Okay. Data dot cursor and data dot command text. Oh, okay. Now we're doing the opposite, right? We're trying to make sure the array does not contain notes. And if it does not, then array push, right? Okay. Then add it. If the array does not contain it, then push it in there. And then restart the room, which will get rid of it. Okay, now that we have this, do I want to duplicate it? Do I want to duplicate it? No, I don't. It would have made things easier, but whatever. Okay. Object, item, menu, note. Create here. And then the opposite. If array contains global.inventory note image alpha equals 1, else image alpha equals 0, instance destroy. We're getting close. I mean, there's still a lot to do, but cursor state equals data dot cursor. Did I not do this again? Oh, no, because we're setting these manually. Okay. Yeah, no need for a struct all the time, right? Come on. What is it? Y? Oh, 0. Easy, right? If, oh, how many of these need to be this? How many things did I just create that need to be that? I guess that won't be an issue on the note because you can't open a menu before you get the note. I think. So I don't think that should be a problem. Okay. Maybe drop that stuff in. See. I guess I have to put that in every room again, don't I? So let's go to room, bedside. Well, where is it? It's room curtains. So we got to come back here, sprite BG tester, drag the curtains over. Let's No, not there. Room curtains. Let's drop the curtains here. Why did this turn on again? Okay. Oh, maybe I never turned it off. Okay, so that's the curtains hitbox. Now we have the room notes, and then we'll put that like there. Sure, but we also have this menu note. We're just gonna kind of drop it, I don't know, like there. Then let's see if I can take this. Why? Yeah. Okay, let's see. Ready to do some more testing? Open the curtains, pick up the note. We can read the note. Great party last night. You fell asleep in my room before it started, but we didn't let it slow us down. Too bad you missed it. Anyways, I left the key to the room in the safe. The password is your birthday. It should be easy to remember. You can look out the window. Says that. Come over here. Still need to put the knobs down and the peephole. So and then the painting. Okay. So I think, yeah, let's throw the knobs down real quick. Where am I? Room bedside. Okay. Yeah, it's probably going to be, I don't know, maybe another 20 minutes or so, but it's looking really good. Where did that go? How did it go there? Okay. We have them there. Room desk. Got to come back down to the tester again. Drag that over. Go to desk. We have a knob right there. And peephole will be in room door. Just kind of filling these out. We still have to make the lock. I don't fully remember how to do that right now. Don't think it's in my notes. Okay. That's good. Okay. So with all that, we just have to get that key. Let's go back and test really quickly. I take a sip of this. It's dark. Can't see anything. Can't click on knobs. Open the curtains. Pick up the note. We can read the note. We can read the calendar. All gives you gameplay clues about how to solve it. So yeah, same thing. This is kind of a farmer in the Dell situation. We're going to start with the last object that will be created by the other objects. And, you know, this is really backwards to how you would do it if you were building this for the first time, and also not how I built it for the first time. But, you know, in what we're doing here, this makes the most sense. Well, we're building that safe, the safe plate, the front of the safe. So we're building it out with arrow keys. These are lights to let you know if you did it correctly. If you correctly enter the password. Yep. Is that object safe lights? Yeah, here we're setting the light type to -1 because we're setting it other places, and that's just, if we did a debug message, we'd be able to easily see if something errored, that kind of thing. We have these digits now. Oh, also, before sprite digits right here, we need to delete out this first frame. Yeah, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So yeah, just keep that in mind. So now here, depth equals 2, image speed equals 0, num equals 0, image index equals num, right? Same kind of thing that we did before. Button upper, this is the button to increase. Yep. Copy this, paste it, button lower, y plus 125, button lower dot image y scale equals -1. And then, yeah, I think that's all we need for that. We can move on to the step event. Image index equals num. Whoa, not that. Equals num. Why? Okay. Now we're getting a little fancier with the collision rectangle. It's always left, top, right, button, upper, dot B box, bottom, object cursor. Yeah, same thing. We're just doing a collision rectangle on this instance that we created, which is the upper button. Saying if collision rectangle, and then same thing, object cursor dot cursor state equals cursor state dot hand global dot command text equals increase digits if mouse check button released MB left. Num plus plus if num greater than 9, num equals 0, else if num less than 0, num equals 9. Good. And then you want this, okay, so I'm just going to take this whole thing and in here just change this to lower, 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 decrease digit, and num minus minus. Okay. Object safe plate. Maybe the most complicated thing in here, but this is definitely the home stretch. And yeah, I am hard coding these because I don't know, with 4, it's like, do you really want to write a loop for 4? Feels kind of unnecessary. Uh, 275, 400 by 25. By 1. Sure. just those two lights, right? Differentiating which ones they are using the light type variable that we set up within them. Sounds so prophetic. Once it solves the puzzle, just a little bit of a timer to show that green light flash. And so this is the opposite. We're saying if no collision rectangle, if no collision and the mouse button is released, oh boy, okay. We're just getting rid of the menu. There are probably other ways to do it. I don't know. Again, I like having a lot of menu control. So this safe plate, since it creates these things, it also gets rid of them. Just feels clean to me. Okay, this is the puzzle. If digit1.num equals 1 and digit2.num equals 0 and digit3.num equals 2 and digit4.num equals 4. Solved puzzle equals true. That easy. This is what shows the green light. Okay, now we just got to make the placeholder thing for it, right? So we've got this object safe in room. Whatever. We've already written so much out. I think it would take me too long to find what to copy paste. Yeah, just some logic. If the curtains are closed and the safe is open, destroy. How many times do you think I've written this now? If collision rectangle, B box left, B box top, B box right, B box bottom. This would be helpful if it was inside the parenthesis. Object cursor. I guess inside the parentheses. If collision rectangle, object cursor dot cursor state equals cursor state dot hand global dot command text equals use safe if mouse check button least MB left instance create layer. Ooh. Okay. I guess I did some hard math on this. Room width minus 681, which must be the width of the sprite. Okay. Is this just the same? Can I just cut? I think. Okay, well, if there's an error, we'll know why. But I think I can just object item room key. Okay, object item room key. And this is key. Does this have, yep, data dot desk dot. This feels too easy. I just want to double check. Okay. Seems right. I do think I need to make object item menu key. What did I do? What is this? I don't know. You can tell I'm getting close to the end because I'm getting quiet. Okay. I have no idea. I'm just gonna duplicate this, I think, for object lock door lock. Cool, it exists. Okay. And ooh, I just noticed something. This should have menu up, which means a lot of them are probably missing that. Let's go ahead and fix these real quick. Yeah, I'm just adding and making sure this global.menu up here is on anything that should not be reactive. Like this. This is really important. That one specifically, I think more than the others. This one too, curtains. I think I said it's not necessary, but good practice. Okay. So yeah, I think with those, we can go back and try this. Yeah, okay. If mouse check button released, MB left. If global.curtains open. And this is the win logic, right? So if array contains global.inventory key, we don't have this room yet. Let's duplicate. Just drop this in here so we have it. Room go to room end. Else global dot description text equals data dot description. Good enough? Okay. I guess we got to put the lock in there. So let's go here. That's already set up correctly. We just need a drop. I don't know why it does that. Let's lock over here. And I mean, that might be time. Click in, go over, open curtains, take the note. Oh, just remembered something. Okay. It would be time if all the items were in their correct spots. So back to desk, and got to change sprite BG tester to put this back. Let's put it here so we can see. And desk. Oh, we don't even have the safe plate. Okay, there's a few things here. So safe in room be first. It's all stuff that we made, just didn't put it in the room yet. And the key, object, item, room key. I know this looks a little funny, the note in here, but it allowed me to keep the sprites small. The amount of sprites I share small. Item, menu key. Okay, let's see if I can get away. What room is this? Desk. Curtains. Desk, it's already there. What is this? Lock? Because I'm in room door? Okay, yep. Okay, so open, got note, read the note, close it, can look out the window. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Object, item, room key. Global.safe open. I hope that's it. So open, take, yep, key gone. Come over here. Can select digits to make them bigger, make them smaller. The correct answer is 1024. Grab the key. Oh. Okay. Still a few things. Ooh, what was the other? I forgot. Oh, why are these so low? These need to be up higher. Where is that? That's made in safe object, safe plate. Check my notes. Why is that up so high? So weird. Oh, I know why. These need to be middle center. Okay. Yeah, now I think let's do object, text, end. Do placeholder, draw. Yeah, let's come into room end just really quickly. Take this background and just change the color. And then Where was I? Object text end. Okay. If this works, I'm calling time. Open, grab the note, can read the note, come over here, enter in 1, 2, 4, grab the key. Oh. Why? Object, item, menu, key, image index equals 1. Object. Oh, so close. Okay. I mean, that's a big enough bug to make me not call time. Cool, 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 cool. Forgot to do the time. Okay. Grab the key, come in here, use the lock. Okay. So yeah. Hey, thank you so much. Boy, that was a long one. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions or need help, you can reach out through my Discord and I'll try to help out through there. And if you like the content, please consider giving this a like and sub. Also, a huge thank you to my Ko-Fi members. Your support and suggestions keep this channel going in more ways than one, including the idea for this video. So if you're interested in learning how your idea can become one of these videos, make sure to check out the Ko-Fi membership for that too. And as always, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next one.